They think they can play the Alistair's Smolder lane into this. Rakan is available. And they're just going to say, no, Zeka will carry later. He's got some good ults to steal. We've got a Xin Zhao Jack's top side of the map. Enough. He's ready to do it again in game 3 with a free lane.
Yep, Zeka going to be able to chain up that minion, but does a lot of Twin Fang damage as Carrier looks for the angle but doesn't get it. And Faker is going to be overextended. Zeka takes a fair bit of damage, but dashes away. And back in again, as you otherwise would like to see, as HLE grab themselves first blood and a 500 gold lead in this early game.
And the Jax is now just landing into a Gragas, as was the original plan. T1 do have a lot of control over Dragon, however, on the bottom side of the map. Yep, it looks like they're just going to take that one away for free here.
First Dragon percentage for T1 has been at 100 so far this series. So it doesn't.
Looking for a flank here on the Grub fight.
Yeah, Peanut doing the same thing as well. As you can see, Zeka moving on in. Bit of a sneeze there from Viper, but there's the flash in. Ona finds that supreme display of talent, and they take down Peanut immediately, but Mom gets angry, and it's a double kill for the Yunara as a result. Gumayusi angry and looking for even more, as the headbutt does get Guma away. That is a decent amount of damage there as well from the W, but otherwise
is also just straight up theirs, I think, in this situation.
Yep, Guma is going to rotate over. Viper dealing with the wave for now, as Wind Becomes Lightning does connect onto Carrier. Slurkle does not, but that is going to be the Drake secured. And T1 going to get 2 of them.
Upside Prio, good luck with that. As even Peanut is struggling here to find Faker, gets the connection.
Yep, Owner is going to move on over though. Great knockup comes in. Peanut still in a bit of trouble though, as there is a brilliant ultimate from Zeka, and Mum even picks up a kill. 2 freebies here for HLE, and they are on the board, even picking up the feats of warfare. Clears out that wave. We're going to have a look at this one from Zeka's perspective, hijacking this petrifying gaze.
Yeah, and then Peanut's ultimate here means that there's just nothing they could do to him. The ultimate is phenomenal from Zeka. He said, very good. Yeah, I really like that. Or just even like show up to a Herald fight right now. They just want to sit back and scale and stack. Yeah, Hanwha just need a Dragon, and then they're going to be feeling like, okay, well, at least we'll get our Smolder stacks online. 50 seconds until that spawns, so instead of trying to take a horrible fight, win a fight here, and they are going to make that call. You know, it's just stacking Smolder here in the mid lane. It's just going to wait for every Q opportunity on these waves. Even going to go over to the Raptors now. But yeah, T1 are just going to take this Herald and crash it into the mid turret. They're like, well, if you're just going to give it up, we'll get more.
To take it. And so now it's going to mean that Zeka can lock down that first turret here towards the bottom side of the map. Feats of strength going over to HLE.
I mean, they had threat in all 3 lanes per turret. Viper gets away with so much damage with the wave clear mid. But if he can slow down the Dragon fight or pressure with Jax and get a bunch of value elsewhere and force T1 back, maybe there's a world where they can slow it down. But I think the Chemtech Soul is probably lost, right? I think Hanwha Life will not be ready to fight just yet at that point. But if they can win every other fight.
Getting them a lot of information, though, as the teleport to come through from the Gragas. Same thing to be said for the Jax, though, as they make their way down. I just don't know whether HLE can get here in time. As Peanut's going to flash forward, it is going to be secured by Ona, though. But look at the damage from Viper. Gumayusi also starting to pop up, but he's taking so much on the back end. And HLE still staying amongst it. Faker now fighting them by himself. And Zeka keeps himself alive, still flashes away from Carrier there. And T1, they take the Otacon, but they lose the fight.
And now Viper's going to have stacks for the Chemtech Soul.
But this feeling like make or break. As Zeus off to the side, looking for a bit of an angle. Zeka as well, wanting that pincer maneuver. 227 stacks, as you mentioned. Well, Viper is in position as far as that passive is concerned.
Angle here for Zeka is pretty huge too.
Yep, Mom could get pretty angry as well as Zeus goes in. There's Mom down as well, so much AoE damage, but it's the Xin Zhao that goes down first. Petrifying Gaze is phenomenal, and T1 stand their ground. Viper is the last man standing, and can he actually get anything done is the question. The rapid fire cannon giving him a fair bit of power, but Ona, he has the smite, and it's stolen!
He steals it and kills him!
Oh my god, he flashes forward. Gumayusi down so incredibly low. Faker does finish him off, but Viper may have just saved the game.
Viper almost just 1v3'd Atlas! Bigger, but the Smolder is online, and that's just very difficult to quantify in terms of gold. It's really just about protecting this Yunara. Guma has to pop off. He hasn't died yet in this game, and that's going to have to continue in this next one.
A way to win.
Yes, no, I mean, look, Faker has the arm guard. It hasn't been broken. He has that extra ability to survive any engages onto him, because he is going to be much more up into the front line than Guma is. He had a phenomenal team fight there.
See Ona trying to find some moments here. Teleport in from Zeus, though, as we've got another fight for another soul. And let's see how this one's going to go. Viper finding one there as Peanut goes in, looking for a bit of an angle. Delight in a lot of trouble. Has to use the ulti, but the cask doesn't do anything. Doran goes golden. Viper is relatively safe at this point, but you can see T1 still going for it. But both solo lanes are dead. The Yunara is popped like a balloon, and Peanut just puts a spear into the back of Carrier, and it's only Ona left alive. HLE, I think they're poised to get a 3-0 against T1 here today. That was real cute from Ona. So it may not be an ace, but it's still probably going to be a Baron.
I mean, he does not have flash, and I do not think he's going to be looking for a steal as Zeus is trying to end this mid turret. He is coming over here. See if he can make something of this with no real...
They have vision.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Viper. It's just
no! That was not even okay to laugh about this one.
That was extremely anticlimactic.
One had they're supposed to have in this draft, and the massive lead that the Yunara had, I thought surely this Smolder won't get online, but he's able to weather the storm, and now Hanwha Life looking for a 3-0.
Yep. Doran trying to get away here. He will be able to do so.
And it's technically an upset, right? Like most analysts predicted, T1.
I mean, it's technically not an upset, right? Because HLE was second place. Yeah, they have the highest seeding in this game. So technically, not an upset. But in actual fact, from what we've seen from the form of these two teams in recent memory, it's an upset.
I mean, it's analyst prediction upset, but at the end of the day, Hanwha Life showing up and 3-0ing, not one person thought that outcome was possible. Not one person thought it was even close to possible.
It's exactly the same as Road to MSI, but the other way around.
Exactly.
And that was not what it wasn't on my bingo card. Not today, as the stolen cask is going to deliver to Doran. Not exactly the ideal target, as Mum comes down, doesn't get a whole lot of value, but I just don't know whether it matters. Faker off to the side, just getting pulverized by all of these HLE members, and yells into the abyss, doesn't find a target with the ulti. And the rest of T1, not a whole lot of options. Oh, Zeka, at least, yeah, no, that was Peanut that died. Zeka goes down extraordinarily low, so does Zeus. But Viper, he is still at full health with a GA. And Zeka dives forward, avoids everything. Gumayushi gets charmed up and eviscerated. And HLE will march into the base, take down the Nexus.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.